brainwash myself to strive for success. Have you ever looked at your life and thought to yourself, man, I am so far from where I want to be in life. When I finished university, I was so anxious of what next to do in life, and it became worse when I finished serving and lost all my crypto portfolio. I was devastated, angry, and I was so frustrated and felt homeless. I didn't know what next to do, and I know almost 99% of people in this world feel this way. They use their negative thoughts and emotions as a reason not to do anything for their life, and that was the kind of dilemma I was in. I didn't feel motivated about anything because everything was crashing. I was dwelling in negative thoughts. I was told that I can't be a successful person, and that was what my mind was telling me. Think about the amount of times that we have been told that negativity is bad thing, and what I'm about to tell you will shock you because I started thinking differently when I understand how this works. I'm here to tell you that the 1% of people in this world that succeed know the exact opposite. They actually use their negative thoughts and emotions as a fuel to get what they want. You see, most of us have been brainwashed by society to think that these negative thoughts and feelings are bad and there is something wrong with us. I spent so much time and energy trying to get rid of myself of those things, thinking there was something wrong with me, that I was damaged goods. It was when I realized that it is normal to think this way, and that was when I told myself, bro, you have to use these dilemmas as a motivation. Let your pain motivate you to strive to build a better version of you, and that helped me to take back my life and strive to be better. I know I'm not there yet, but I know I'm on the right path. There's nothing wrong thinking those thoughts, feeling badly, feeling negative, but the problem is labeling it that there's something wrong and telling ourselves that there is something wrong with us. That is what is wrong. When we feed these things, basically it can either work for us or against our life. It just depends on what outlook you have. And all those times in my life, I was honestly going wrong in every direction that you could think of. I was letting all those thoughts, all these negative thoughts and feelings dominate me, control me, instead of learning how to weigh them and use them as a tool to build the life that I always wanted. But when I understand that if I continue feeling victimized, it will do me no good, I decided to dedicate myself to become the version of myself that I had always wanted to be, the version of myself that I envisioned when I was a little boy. We all had a dream when growing up, and people were asking you, what do you want to be when you grow up? I remember how I want to be a successful and a respected person. I decided to dedicate myself to that vision, but I know that in order to do this, I needed to start with my mind. What I really need to do is to remove all the garbage that had been put in my head when I was growing up through society and other factors that have contributed to this negative thought. So what I want to share with you in the rest of this video are the top 3 tools I use to brainwash myself to strive for success and improve to become the person I desire for my life. If I may ask, when was the last time you asked yourself one of these questions? Why my life is like this? Why can't I succeed? Why do I suck at this? The first tool that helped me is asking productive questions. Instead of asking myself questions that were unproductive, that will lead to unproductive answers, I started asking myself productive questions like, if I continue to do this, if I do not change, what happens to me in 5 years from now? If I don't work to change my life in 5 years time, I'll be damn broke and nobody will save me. Thinking about what my life will look like terrifies me, and that made me to understand that there is no option but to change, to strive to be better. To change, a huge component of my life is learning how to utilize the negative things for my own motivation. The second tool I used was to ask a series of questions and answer them myself. Why don't you leave your comfort zone? Because I didn't want to tolerate feelings like I wasn't good enough at something. I have a very low frustration tolerance, and people who achieve high goals, studies have shown that they have very high frustration tolerance. They are able to tolerate a large amount of unwanted thoughts and feelings in order to achieve something. Sometimes the reason that we were not able to achieve any sort of goals is because we have low frustration tolerance in that area. And here is what I learned and what I did for myself to build frustration tolerance. What I did to get myself out of that place I was. First thing was to accept the frustration and admit that something is wrong. But what changes everything is what follows, which is how can I get out from this mess? And that will trigger the brain to start looking for a possible solution. Then secondly is labeling it. Label it as a frustration. I have frustration here, but I will not let this frustration get into me. Then the third step is creating a realistic mental cues around that situation. Instead of saying I am rich, handsome, and I have everything I needed, I say to myself I may be anxious, hungry, frustrated, and alone, but I can become the person I want to be if I work hard enough with enough consistency with realistic statement. I can do it. And the third tool that I used to change my life was proving my brain wrong. After the incident that happened to me, I started thinking that I will never bounce back. But these 4 questions I ask myself when I don't know what to do really helped me. So I ask myself, is it true that I'm not going to make it in life? Then I will answer myself, it is not, because I have seen people that get back themselves, and that is helping me to use anything in my disposal to strive to be better, creating more compelling reasons to convince ourselves life that will lead us to the life that we want, instead of the ones that are just going to keep us stuck where we are. Finally, we only have a limited time to live. Please use your time, don't dwell in the past. No matter what you have lost, use your past as a motivation to be better for yourself. If you have stayed with me, please join the family by smashing that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.